empty hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. La 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 la, oh, oh. Get me out of broken hearts and starting fights, turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Oh no. When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you lost, oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. We will come back to life, still breathing, standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we fall.
Alrighty then.
Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and clean my throat.
Let's start ducking some audio real quick. And we can do some other stuff.
We all have our reasons why we are on this track. Oh, we all have our burdens, yeah, but we just keep on fighting and we never look back. Here we go, go, go.
Alright. Let's get some background noise in there real quick.
Feel it's hopeless when you think that you lost.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. I know I left y'all.
We'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, go, go. Let us heal and grow. You won't be alone.
Pretty, that's a good chunk of
What we're going for this
time
no. Here we come back to
non-streaming.
breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see.
Songs that I normally do on the weekends and everything else. I really
Even if rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. All you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and clean my throat.
wasn't fair. So, to make up for it, I'm gonna heal into this.
We rise up from the
I have one today, one tomorrow. The Sunday one is gonna be, it's not probably gonna happen.
why we are
I
on.
got some vacation
Oh, we are
set up next
our
week,
burdens, yeah.
being a Sunday.
Just keep on fighting
So I'll
up, we
be
never look back. Here we go.
riding some content all around Japan.
Bro, you won't be alone. We're unstoppable. Don't be afraid
So
to
let's at least get one
win for. This is what we know.
for today.
Come back to
On this weekend.
standing up
Make
and
sure
it's gonna
that y'all know I'm still here.
all you need to know is that we're holding. Even if we fall, we
Yes.
rise up and we
Like
fall.
I said, today we're gonna play some Warthunder.
No, we're not gonna stop until we reach.
However,
All you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from
Nintendo
the
2,
dust and claim our
Nintendo Switch 2 added official reveal.
We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
Well, first and foremost, yeah, I like it. Definitely. Just be real here. I dropped something. I need to go underneath my computer to get it. And my desk. Got it. Like, stop from chat.
We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
Can't be about a Falcons, certain Atlanta Falcons quarterback who has chapstick in his helmet. We're not gonna look that up. In the past. Past Falcons quarterback had like chapstick in their helmet.
Empty hearts and neon lights. The play
TV timeout.
gotta get out of
Took it out of his helmet.
tonight.
Clyde chat while playing
Run
a
off
professional football game. But yeah, there's
myself
let's drop the music just to a little bit lower level. Just so we have a backup. It's supposed to be ducked, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's double check that. No. Duck audio, you just have to kind of go to filters, compressor, ducking source, make sure it's there. Lower the attack, lower the threshold for the ducking source. Yeah, but it's still ducked. But yeah. So what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, I looked at the reveal. I had no idea it happened. I mean, most people didn't. They literally just literally shadow dropped the reveal trailer. Yeah. So on the other side, I mean, most of the review sites are the bigger, like Arlo, HKM, Spawnwave, and other sites like that, RG3, stuff like that. Like, they did bring up, there's one thing I did disagree with, and I think it's just kind of a blind asset. A lot of the, it's more of the idea that for people in the gaming community who watch and look out for all this stuff and search for it and know the background of the stuff, it's like, yeah, the Switch 2 was leaked to almost all oblivion. To the point that if you follow these channels, you knew almost exactly what it looked like. And this official reveal basically didn't give you anything else. However, for the general public who aren't into these communities, like, yeah, you can say that, well, mostly only gamers bought, like, Switch and all this other stuff. Not really. For the parents who bought their kid a Nintendo Switch Lite, because the kid saw it on a TV commercial, they aren't diving into this stuff and watching all these channels on a daily basis. So the reveal had to happen. I as a gamer and someone that's in this community, would I like more on that reveal? Yeah. But as a parent for a kid that that already has a Switch, that's more of an incentive, like, yo, well, I mean, they didn't do a release date. They told us it was 2025. So, as a parent, my thought process is I'm not buying my kid a Switch if I haven't got him one already. Save up the money, buy a Switch 2, give that to the kid. Or maybe their birthday, get them a Switch 2 for their birthday, or their, yo ho, it's January and I already know what to buy my kid for Christmas. That's their Christmas gift. They're getting a Switch 2 and I don't have to think about it at all. I mean, let's be real here. And then, I mean, yeah, if they didn't look for Nintendo yet, they're not gonna look, but it's going to be like everywhere within 24 hours of that reveal. And then as soon as they see TV or anything else as a parent, or just literally go to Google, it's probably going to be one of the top stories. So they know that the Switch 2 is out. Not out, but it's a thing. Because, I mean, if you're not in the gaming, if you're not in this deep into the gaming area, you really don't search out to look for this stuff. And then having an official from Nintendo announcement gives you, will hit more mainstream than the little small areas, the smaller percentage of people that are dived into this kind of stuff. So take it how you will. That's how it is. So on the next part, it's like, for the design, I really do like it. It is a little bigger. The Joy-Cons definitely needed those extensions of the SR and SL was definitely needed, and I do like the magnetic attachment, because I don't know how many people I've had or friends that made a mistake and I had to manually take apart friends' joysticks, Joy-Cons, to remove the slide rail for the wrist straps because they put it on the wrong one. That was a good thing, and we don't know about it yet, but I do hope that one of the big things that they do, those joysticks should be Hall effects. Like, I'm gonna buy it regardless, but that's gonna be huge. Like, if they're not Hall effects, because they haven't explained it, if those Joy-Con joysticks aren't Hall effects, we're just gonna get a whole nother drift issue. Like, I bought a Switch on release day, and for my Switch release Joy-Cons, I never had a drift issue. I'm not saying that people were blowing it out of proportion or anything like that, because other Joy-Cons I bought for family members, I physically saw the drift issues. Like, straight up. Like, after a month, 2 months, after like 6 months, they were bad. And a lot of the stuff that our Joy-Con that I did repairs for was because the drift was just doing whatever it wanted. And yeah, it's kind of the design. I mean, it is the design's fault. If you looked at how the Joy-Cons, if you ever took apart a Joy-Con stick, you know that it kind of uses wipers on a flat plane because they had to be so low profile. And then after a while, the pad that the wiper wipes on, the wiper, anytime you have mechanical connections, friction makes a part, and friction removes material. So after a while, or it really be after a while, it's depending on the games you're playing and how many cycles of movement you have, that material will go away, making the Switch not be able to wield or anything else. Like, yeah, every now and then you could calibrate your sticks, but after a while there's no like, you can't add material back. Yeah, so that was one of the main issues of their Joy-Con situation. So why do, like, I can understand why the Switch Joy-Cons did have drift. However, the bigger controllers should never have had drift. They're basically using the same potentiometer kind of stick that's been used since, like, as soon as we started making sticks, like PlayStation 1, N64, since we started having analog sticks. So those drifts were like, there's no excuse, because those kind of they're caged. If you ever actually got a chance to look at them, they're caged. So the stick itself really doesn't, it has a little ball inside of it where it can hold, but it has a protrusion that goes in between two cages, where one cage is the x-axis, one cage is the y-axis. And when you move the stick, it moves the cages around, adjusting a potentiometer where the game system can, where the controller and the game system can recognize the differences. This is also why that, compared to mouse and mouse movement, that controllers do have a dead center zone, because physical interactions and the movement of the stuff and how they're being read and how it's adjusting the pedometer to do this makes it so that the center is not producing any data, so the game system doesn't get anything. There's no changes and everything else. Some game systems, newer game systems, try to check the changes, coding. But the Hall effects, instead of having like, they kind of do the same thing as the potentiometer. Hall effects will still have the center des up, just how controllers are gonna work. Yeah, potentiometers kind of do the difference between a potentiometer stick and Joy-Con sticks. So all sticks do have drift because currently, if we look at the Switch and everything else, there's still wipers that are moving around the potentiometer, and when two things touch each other, friction removes material. But compared to the lower profile of the Switch and how the Switch Joy-Cons and how they were designed versus let's say the Pro controller for the Switch and those potentiometers, that's why Switch Joy, it's that difference is why Switch Joy-Cons had a more issue, because Switch Joy-Cons really didn't have enclosed potentiometer on the side of the Switch, on the side of the, didn't have an enclosed potentiometer with a cage on the side of a on the side and the top of the mechanism. They kind of just had two potentiometers. They had it's basically a potentiometer laid on a circuit board where the material and the wipers go over it, so it wasn't enclosed mostly. I mean, they were enclosed inside the thing, but like dust, small fine particles, and then just the material being removed messed inside of that small enclosure, would migrate and then mess up the controller. Like, there were some things where you can do contact cleaners or other cleaning devices into the Joy-Con controller stick, and that would kind of help clear out that stuff to give you a little bit longer life. But it was, the way it was designed kind of just automatically made it so it, yeah, they had a service life. I mean, all controllers have a service life. We look at the PS5 and how they were shifting everywhere else. It wasn't very good when they first came out. Half of that was because they used very low cycle life sticks. Like, you can burn through the cycle life of the original PS5 controller sticks in like 3 months of just average gameplay. So yeah, so hopefully the difference between Hall effects, let's get to that point, is nothing touches anything, so you don't have to worry about friction causing material decomposition or being rubbed off. It's just taking it's a permanent magnet inside of a magnetic field of an electromagnet, and due to the flux of how that works, you can determine the orientation of the stick. Bunch of math. And engine. I mean, granted, engineering is literally just a bunch of math. People will go like, well, you gotta do this. Like, it all bases down to math. As soon as you see the sigma signal, the sigma, are you doing a formula or are you doing research paper, and it comes up, it's like, oh yeah, this is great. It's like, every research paper has sigma. And then you start sweating bricks. But because nothing is touching each other, you remove the possibility of stuff being worn down over time, which also removes the mechanical ability of stuff being worn out over time. Now, you have to, if you have a permanent magnet, you do need to have a understanding and system where the magnet doesn't heat up too much. Magnets can lose magnetivity heated up once they're heated up too much. This is where this principle is exploited in a lot of like tea kettles. That's why the tea kettle will cut off at a certain point, because a magnet loses magnetivity and it disconnects the circuit. Also, you got to deal with, just for the magnets, you got to make sure that temperature, we can talk about that in a second, but you just have to make sure it doesn't get too hot, because the magnets will eventually regain magnetivity, but you kind of don't want that in the game. But normally time that's a moot point for Hall effect sensors. You're not getting that hot enough. Then there's also another reason Hall effects can be literally or so much smaller. And like I said, like I switch my current Joy-Cons are Hall effect. I switch out the entire stuff. I switch out the Joy-Cons to change to Hall effect Joy-Cons. When I bought my son his Switch, I got it and instantly changed out, like brand new, changed him to Hall effects. I wasn't playing. Yeah, I changed his joysticks to Hall effects. They were brand new joysticks. Wasn't gonna mess with it. Changed them to Hall effects. Before I gave it to him. So, yeah. With Hall effects, it does require a little bit more system processing versus getting because the difference between the normal resistive and potentiometers, because they just with it they get a value based off of the resistance, and they just say the resistance is, let's say, between 1 and 100. Currently the resistance is 7. The system only has to do, like, I get 7 here, that means it's here, done. Hall effects, you kind of do a little more flux calculations, but it's not really, it's like a cycle, maybe 3 or 4 more calculations, which is only 3 or 4 more cycles of the chip, so it's not really going to be a huge hit. Hall effects do take a little bit more power, though, due to the fact that you have to power the secondary magnet for electromagnets. But like when I did my second switch conversion for my son, I just plugged him into the battery. Not that big of a deal. It's not going to change how much the battery is, but like comparative to like the rubber material, depending on how vigorous your gameplay and your movement around, Hall effects just make it easier. So like one of the things I was thinking about were, like, being honest, shouldn't play Smash Brothers with Joy-Cons, and a lot of the Joy-Con issues came out kind of around Smash Brothers, but the gameplay of Smash Brothers definitely did not help the Joy-Cons at all. Games like Mario Kart or stuff like that before it were more smoother motions, but Smash Brothers require quick motion, quick changes in direction, and you're just wiping off the stuff. But back to the original conversation. Switch 2 does look pretty good. I'm definitely gonna try to get one as soon as they do the release date. Saving money right now. And bring that. So I'm definitely gonna get one as soon as it releases. I want it on day one. I got Switch day one. Actually had it sent. I pre-ordered it. Then, because my job is logistics, I'm at the door when stuff comes in. So after I pre-ordered it, I changed the address to my work, so I got my Switch at work. Yeah, I got the Switch I'm still using is the launch day Switch. Never updated it, never got the OLED, nothing else. My main Switch is the same exact Switch I got on launch day. Same exact. I had to switch the Joy-Cons once because I made a mistake when I was trying to repair something. But same exact main Switch that I got on launch day. And it served me pretty well. Definitely showing its age on around, but the case held up. Like it's held up pretty good. But you don't get the same one on the launch day. Maybe wait a year just for my son to get a little bit older to get him a new one. The Switch 2. And go with that. Like for me, I can take droughts of games and everything else. I just want him, when I get him one, it's going to be more, I want to have more overall stuff so he's not waiting and complaining that there's nothing he can play on it, and just allow him to get a little bit older. I mean, that's why I got him a Switch, by basically like September, October timeframe of last year, because it has a good background catalog. I mean, the Switch 2 is backwards compatible, but he's a smart cookie, and I know it's going to be asked the stuff. But right now, that's probably what I'm going to say about the Switch 2. I'm looking forward to the games. Like, they did show off a new Mario Kart. And if you look through it, it's like, it's definitely a different Mario Kart than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that surprisingly lasted the entire Switch. Lifestyle. I mean, granted, because the Wii U didn't do anything, but that's a good game I'm probably going to get. I'm very interested to see what they're going to do with Splatoon or the Switch 2. I mean, if the rumors true expected from the leaks and rumors, the Switch 2 Joy-Cons can kind of be used as a mouse. Imagine using that as, instead of having to use motion controls to aim, you actually get to, you can use the Joy-Cons as mouses to aim and shoot and fire. Ooh, that's like PC level. So let's see how that goes. That will be interesting for a Splatoon 4. Other games, or even like that mouse keyboard, that mouse feel, or like you have like one on the table and you can move it around, the other one will be like your movement, one will be like your aiming, like Metroid Prime 4, which I feel is gonna be probably be its one of its launch games. Just that ability on a first-person shooter in Metroid Prime 4 would definitely showcase how the Switch is. And then, like, maybe some people, there was talks about, like, yeah, if you look at the trailer, yeah, some games won't work, like Labo, because that, or like Ring Fit Adventure, because it requires a new Joy-Con. But I would love to see them go give us a new ring for Ring Fit Adventure, or just a Ring Fit Adventure 2 that comes out with a new ring for the Switch 2. And then that ring can be backwards compatible to Ring Fit Adventure 1 and the leg base and all this other stuff. I mean, it will allow them to do, and also another shot at Switch 2 sports. So, pretty excited to see what the third parties are going to do, though. And then we, like, remind you can't do apples to apples comparisons of, like, systems based off of the specs, just because systems mostly aren't apples to apples. A lot of the background and hardware, how it comes out. But, do I have anything else I want to say about the Switch 2? I don't think so. I'm just checking. I did get rid of my whatchamacallit, but my OBS is going through some stuff. If you're watching, just shout out. Can't really tell how many people are watching. Yeah. You know, I could go to docs and look. I mean, I already have the chat doc I can look at. But, I don't have like my, this is how many people are on your YouTube at the moment. It was a, not really worried about it. But okay. But yeah, that's mostly my thoughts on the Switch 2 so far. Yeah, a lot of people in the community and most of the people that report is like, well, we knew all this stuff. But you got to think about, like, most people didn't. And then also, by Nintendo announcing this, allows all the other it allows not production game developers to now signal, yeah, this is going to be a Switch 2. This is going to be on Switch 2. This is Switch 2 now too. And the kind of the earlier, that's kind of why some people were expecting why they did it so early, especially with some other Xbox showcase kind of happening later this month. All the speculated Nintendo Direct happening in February. It allows them and everyone else in third parties to go like, yeah, this will also be coming to optimize on Switch 2, or coming to Switch 2, instead of having to hide it. So, yeah, things are things. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. But now that we're done with that discussion, let's get into some Warthunder. Let's get rid of the music and activate the game. It's not very loud. That would be the reason. Oh, there we go. That's fixed now. Let's do this. Know my name, whatever. If you see me while we're playing, have fun. Hopefully my I don't remember my controls, so let's just go do a quick cursory look at my naval controls. Firing, 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 yada yada yada. Oh, the controller works. I'm not sure why it's trying to do Bluetooth at the moment. Not remember how to get it up. It's sensor mode. Let's cancel that. All right. Well, the game seems to work, so it doesn't matter. I'm not using helicopters, so it doesn't matter. Let's try to sink some boats. Alright, looking at the battleground. A, B, C. I'm gonna probably come here. This is. Let me use this one.
Prepare the ship for battle.
Collision alert.
Engine, all ahead. Starboard your helm.
Steer starboard.
What control allows me to see? Let's launch torpedoes. Torpedo areas.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Action station. Enemy spotted.
Oh wow, we're not hit with. Oh, there's a battleship just sitting. Cool. Rearranging on my desk. So away. Man, those destroyed just city.
Abandon ship.
That's a torpedo boat. That's not good. I can launch it here. It's really the only thing I don't like about this game is sometimes, like, I'll come back and
Engine, full speed.
my entire
Action station. Enemy spotted.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Prepare torpedo tubes.
that's over.
Hold your helm.
Some of my controls just get messed up, so I'm gonna have to go back and redo all my controls again.
Target identified. Light cruiser.
Oh, never mind. I found my
Forces have captured a zone.
Deploy smoke screen.
smoke screen.
Starboard your helm.
That's over. A little bit more. Slow down a bit.
Engines, 1/3.
Slow down a little bit so I can launch torpedoes.
The enemy is winning. We must counterattack. Extend the B point. We no longer have advantage.
Engines, full speed. Port your helm.
I'm on fire.
Damage control. Control burn.
West of my team. We're just getting absolutely wrecked. And my bridge is right there.
Damage control to your party. Restore watertight integrity.
And I lost my time through.
All hands, abandon ship.
Yeah, that was not a good battle. Only destroyed one person. Now I'm not gonna do my premium right now. I'm live. I'm not gonna put my credit card information in here. Gonna go back.
All hands to battle station. Starboard your helm. Aye, steer starboard. Okay, deploy smoke screen.
Smoke screen.
10,000 meters. Action station. Enemy spotted.
Look at the map. Our company is probably more
Dangerous
effective.
shadows ahead.
Let's go this way.
Helm midges. Aye.
And go around here
White cruiser. Port. 9,000
to
meters.
get to sea, because out here I'm just gonna be open, wide open,
Engines. Full speed.
getting absolutely wrecked.
Hold your helm. Aye, steer port.
So I'm looking for it. Getting absolutely wrecked by the battleships. So I want to kind of go around stuff. So there should be those two islands in between those two. This is where I'm going to aim. Yeah, a single battleship will literally just destroy me. One shot. And this boat is done. Absolutely done. So I'm slow
Engine,
down here. Activate my
Prepare torpedo tubes.
torpedoes. I'm gonna probably shoot them towards the boat. I mean, I'm not expecting to hit anything. Where's their destroyer over here?
Starboard your helm. Aye, steer starboard. Engine.
But I'm going to probably start mining this area. Figure out what button is to mine for some reason. Because it definitely isn't Y.
Engine.
The controller has a Y button, and it doesn't drop my mines. Go into the controls. And depth charge, sign button. Cancel. Sign button is this one.
Prepare depth charges. Hold your helm. Aye, steer port.
Let's just start dropping death charges. Here.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Just gonna put some artillery. And for funsies, just dropping that. Absolute random shit. Spot. I'm not gonna activate, I mean, I have the torpedoes, but I'm not gonna. That is a not.
Harbor starboard. Harbor starboard. Aye. Starboard your helm.
I mean, I guess that's Russian, but, you know, Russian. And I have no idea what killed him, but they're dead. And I don't have And I don't have enough for dive bombing. How far off am I? 1. Like, less than 100, like about 100 off. So, let's expand here. Go here, because I don't know what's happening. Checking what are those? That's it. Try again. So I was a little over last bit.
And victory will be ours.
Enemy spotted. Engine to go.
Multiple strategic zones are captured.
Oh, someone finally decided to capture B. Interesting. Still over. Over now.
Starboard.
Still shooting over. This is ridiculous. How am I still overshooting?
Hold your helm.
I'm literally aiming at the ground.
Prepare torpedo tubes.
Spirit, he hasn't moved from his spot. Soon to.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
I need to change.
Starboard your helm. Okay, deploy smoke screen. Starboard your helm.
Yeah, I've set my shots better. And shoot out more range. I can get. Those things are freaking busted. Those missiles. Great, I only got like 6 spawn points.
All hands, abandon ship. Action station. Enemy spotted. Hold your helm.
Keep it up. The victory will be ours.
There's no way I'm hitting that one here.
Starboard your helm.
There's like they all picked. They didn't pick like C. That's why C was so easy. Because there's no.
Engine. Full speed.
There's no. They don't have the small areas. No one picked smaller boats to get over here to get to sea. Everything's like a light cruiser or anything else.
Enemy forces have captured the zone.
And that's not gonna save me. The game's basically over.
No enemy in sight. Battle area clear. Mission complete.
Yeah, let me go. I'm gonna play with Enlisted. Because at least those. For Enlisted, my control scheme is actually set and didn't like reset. But. I have no idea where. You know what? It's probably just easier for me just to do this. Do that, do that, do that. Do this with the live dashboard. I can just set it over here. It's not going to affect anything. Well, that's doing that. Just do the back here. Click that button. Click this button. Click this stream button. And then now I can activate and list it. Now I can see everything. Well, that's not doing what I wanted to do. Have I been talking to no one? Let's check something. No, it shows that I'm live. I wonder if I was getting used to the OBS the stream elements, new dual streams, plugins. Hmm. That's interesting. But why is one in poor connection status and the other one's not? I have no idea what's happening. Honestly. Exit without in the stream if it's currently live. Do this. What's going on right now? I got a live stream in 2 places. Figure it out on the back end later. Waiting. Loading. Yeah, there's my email. Have fun. Whatever. I already got so many data brokers. I have that email, and I have newer emails. That's not even my main one. That's just the one I used in the past. Get my reward. Let's just go shoot some stuff. Nothing too crazy. Oh, we're in the Pacific. Hey. What option do I have? Why is my US? What are you talking about? Well, guess if I'm not looking at the map.
Set up a rally point. Yes, sir.
Fucking. Okay, I think.
Our team started capturing a control point.
What do you think? My ops is being crazy. And it's very annoying. I'm not sure why it's screaming that it doesn't have a power. It's still definitely plugged into the wall.
Capture
go back to this, do this control key. Okay, those are
That has been damaged. That's right. Unit, forward! Our men are capturing the position.
Wait. Literally just.
Great work.
Oh my god. Dude, get out the vehicle so I can repair this ship. Out of a parts. Okay, what is going on with my stuff?
Victory will be ours!
I mean,
I got it killed!
you really just hunt at me?
Our boys are capturing the position.
Let me just get everyone out and figure out what's going on. Can anyone repair this? Alright, whatever. We're just gonna go back to it. Ooh, that's new. There's some new updates. I guess I gotta learn how to play them.
The control point was captured by the enemy.
That's not the button I wanted to press. We're same team. Why is he posted that direction and should be posted this direction?
Our forces are taking the control point. Just die already. Yeah.
108. I mean, die anyways. Might as well just check grenades.
Our forces are in
Don't
position.
reload special weapon. Oh, jeez. That took way longer than it needed to be. What he was thinking? But he just kind of like,
The enemy has started capturing the control point.
he just kind of just sat there and,
We've captured half the control points. Well done, boys.
I'm gonna go this way, but he definitely just kind of sat there, waited.
The enemy has captured the position.
Like I still had like a good like 5 seconds to understand. And why? I don't know what my ups is doing. And let's just place this like right here then. Not a bad point. Like it keeps yelling at me. Stuff. I'm not sure why it's yelling. Like it's saying that it's not plugged in, but
Come on!
there it goes again.
The enemy is trying to take the control point. Our forces are taking the control point. We've already captured half the enemy positions. Continue the assault.
You know what? Half this team is literally just shotguns. Might as well go straight for it.
Our men are capturing the position.